Hi everyone. Today's topic will be based on this. The topics are permanent account number, custom duty, excise duty, employees provident fund, employee state insurance scheme. These are the 5 topics that we're going to discuss in today's video. The video is short and I hope all of you will enjoy. So just the small definitions of this is covered up as per the requirement of the syllabus. So we have the first one here. It is PAN. What is this PAN? The PAN is nothing, just a 10 digit alphanumeric number issued by the income tax department. PAN, when we fill it out, it is permanent account number. PAN link the department tax department with all the transaction of that person. This transaction includes tax deducted at source, tax credited at source, return of income, wealth, gifts, etc. When we say like PAN, it's something that identifies the person with the income tax department. For example, if I have permanent account number PAN, then this will identify me with the income tax department, and I will have certain benefits also. It's clearly mentioned there who must have PAN. Those who are liable to pay tax, carrying a business or profession, want to go for a financial transaction, and the assessing officer. These are some of the people who must have permanent account number. Let's see what's next. This is the next one, the next topic for today's class, excise duty. Excise duty is a tax on manufacturer or producer of goods. Suppose if you manufacture a good, the tax will be charged, and this tax is known as excise duty. Excise duty is collected by government, that means state government as well as central government. The excise duty on alcohol, alcoholic preparation and narcotic substance is collected by state and is called state excise duty, whereas excise duty on all other products is collected by central government and is called central excise duty. So if you are asked how many types of excise duties are there, basically 2 types of excise duties: state excise duties and central excise duty. Sale tax is different from excise duty. A sale tax is levied on sale, charged only when goods are sold, but when goods are manufactured, then this excise duty is charged. For example, if you're starting an enterprise or an industrial unit, then you will be, for manufacturing you will be paying excise duty, but for selling you will be paying sales tax. Next comes custom duty. What is this custom duty? Custom duty is levied on imported goods in India or to India. So if you import any goods to India from outside, the tax will be levied to you and levied, and this tax is known as custom duty. It is an indirect tax which is levied on imported goods brought in India from across the geographical boundaries, and on imported goods sold from India across the border. The formality is optional. The entrepreneur may file part 1 of the entrepreneur's memorandum of the district industry center. This help in claiming incentives or subsidies at state level. So it's very clear, it's something that is charged on an entrepreneur for importing goods. For example, if you're importing, say, some branded cars from outside India, then you will have to pay custom duty, which ultimately increases the price of that particular product also. So this is about custom duty. Next we have the last two, which is employees provident fund and employees state insurance scheme. So enterprise employing 20 or more person must have to apply for EPF, this employees provident fund number. This employees provident fund number is nothing but just is a saving when you're working in a particular unit, and the same is being paid to you after you retire from the job or you leave the job. For that you need to apply. Employees state insurance scheme. It is applicable to non-seasonal factories employing 10 or more person. This scheme has been extended to shops, hotels, restaurants, cinemas, etc., employing 20 or more people. So these were the topics of today, and then we have some class activity based on today's topic. You may see those questions. These are the one. How many digits are there in PAN? Custom duty is levied on which type of good? How many members must be there to apply for EPF by an enterprise? What is the full form of ECI? So these are the questions that you will be solving and you will be submitting to me. Remember, your attendance will be marked based on the submission of these class activity questions. Now let's quickly see what we have discussed today. We have discussed this one, that is, yes, so we have discussed about PAN, custom duty, excise duty, employees provident fund, employee state insurance scheme. then PAN, excise duty, custom duty, employees provident fund we separately discuss, and then the class activity question. So I would like to say thank you to all of you for watching this video. I hope this video was helpful for you all. Thank you.